Okie dokie, artichokey. Let's get this ball in the court. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, it's that time again here at Sisseton, Wahpeton College in beautiful, lovely, bustling, overcrowded downtown Agency Village, South Dakota. Dakota 210 Native American Literature here at Sisseton, Wahpeton College. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, with the brilliant host himself, Professor Victor Singing Eagle. Yeah! Okay, quit fooling around and get started. All right, so this day, I am actually kind of winging it. I wonder, I got a new microphone. Check it out. Well, we'll see if it actually works. I probably shouldn't hold it too close to my face because it's so sensitive, or it seems to be. I'm gonna stick it right there on my safety vest because, as you know, I also teach commercial trucking, and I just got back from a trucking class or a practice with one of my students. He's doing so well. He's just killing it. I'm so proud of him. Anyway, I got to close the door because it's really noisy out there. It's still kind of noisy, but what the heck? We got to do what we got to do. Now, stuff for our class. I know, like I said, I'm winging it because I just got off the truck or got out of the truck, and I'm just doing this all off the top of my head. And you know, Singing Eagle does kind of fly by wire anyway, or whatever, fly by night. I don't know. Let's go through this. I think I got everybody's student info sheets, and there's one person. I just went back through my old emails and found an old one from last year. And I said, well, you know what? You take too long. I'm just going to use one of your old student info sheets. So I think I got everybody. Let's go through them. Bao Ziluo, Violet Bars. Good job. Dong Tinghui, Tasha, Eastman. Got it. Good job, Tasha. Gu Tian, Brittany Cross. Yay! Good job. Mo Jinghua, Gina Mota. Yay! Good job. Nie Kai Xin, Casey Nealon. Good job. Yay! Ran Kaiting. Yay! Got yours finally. This means all these people now, all my lovely students, I can finally give you the right grades. Luo Ma Ding, Marty Ross. Yay! Shi Mo Li, Jasmine Staus. Good job. Yay! And last but not least, Yue Jingjing, Kim White Mountain. Yay! So all my students have their student info sheets, and you're all official now near the end of the course. But never mind. We're going to go through some stuff. The reason why I'm bothering you with this without a lesson plan is I'm winging it. That's the word I was trying to think of before. Is because I need to walk you through some of the stuff that we have been studying thus far. Keeping in mind, this pop quiz C is coming up. So we need to all be on the same page. You ready? So, let me see. We did all of that. This is really old stuff, you know, the Mayans. And we talked about Polygon Allen versus Sherry Ortner. And the idea of etic versus emic, etic being from the outside of some culture looking in, and emic being within one's own culture, and you're talking about one's own culture, writing about one's own culture. And I said the late Polygon Allen was an excellent example of an emic author. She's writing about her tribe and her values and stuff, and this idea that you got people who come in from the outside saying, these Indians, they do this and they do that, and they have absolutely no idea what the heck they're talking about. We did this. What else? Indigenous aesthetics and authenticity. That's some stuff we talked. There's the creation of man, or four tries of creations of human beings. There's Stone Man. You can see him there. That's an AI depiction, by the way. Zitkalasa. The Daniel Heath Justice. I have not even looked at some of your contributions to that, have I? Got to get on that. More Zitkalasa. This is Coyote Super Glue. Some of you guys didn't even watch the video. That's important. I might even put that on the next test. This idea where the etic anthropologists and literary critics and folklorists are saying all these Indians, they call themselves the real people because they think whatever, the Potawatomi think they're better than all the other tribes, and the other tribes are not real people. And then, of course, you got crazy Indians like me that says these anthropologists have absolutely no idea what the heck you're talking about. It has to do with the Coyote Superglue story. Go back and look at it. There's another Coyote Superglue versus Rabbit. Look at that bird's got a hat on. That's cute. That's an AI depiction as well. There's an extra special treat where the spirit lives, talking about the boarding school experience. And up in Canada, we say the residential school, but it's the same idea where various religions or government agencies would go to the reses, the Indian communities, and steal Indian kids and take them off to some other place and force them to learn to be non-Indian. What else? We got the creation of Mount Shasta. There's the story there. I forgot what his name is. Chief Maha. There it is, right there. Mahavuran. Chief Mahavuran. Of course, that's an AI depiction. I had to go faster. This is all old stuff. The story about human beings with soft heads, which relates to our book by Daniel Heath Justice, Why Indigenous Literatures Matter, How to Be a Good Human Being, that section. Um, how is it related? I'm talking too much. Let's go faster. No. I'm going to go way down. We talked about that stuff. We talked about Bear Walker with Joseph Bruchak, one of my dear mentors and friends. But I want to get to the newest stuff. Moon Maiden, Bruchak, Bear Walker again, Chief of the Birds. I don't think I talked about that, but it's up there. So have a look at it when you can. Why is it that hummingbird in some tribes is actually considered to be the chief of all the birds? The story of Father's Love Stone is up there. Look at all this hard work I've been doing for you. What else? Read, listen, tell. There's from the book festival. Sherman Alexie, my old classmate. A whole bunch of stuff. Oh, there's the story of returning the gift and all these awesome authors. I barely discussed that, and I see they cut somebody out of the picture. They sure did. Oh well. But I see there's Sherman Alexie right there. When he was young. Oh, I see the guy that they cut out. He's right there. Up in the corner, all in the back. The interview with Gary Hobson, that's up there. Look at all his work, all his hard work. There's the story of the dark creator or black creator and Coyote. I love that video. Whoever did that did an awesome job. The story of Chicken SHIT Mountain. Hussein Malik, as we say in Micronesia, is Pohnpeian language. There's midterm preview, never whistle at night. Look at all this stuff I put up here. Pretendians, I will probably ask you a question or two about pretendianism again on Pop Quiz C. And there's a whole bunch of work I did with the Chumash Indians, and I put it all up there. and I probably made multiple videos discussing who are the Chumash, and I read a poem. I think I posted it up here too about the Chumash people. Let me see. And now we're getting closer to what we've been talking about more recently, which is literary criticism and how it works. And in one of my videos, I told you that it's just another way, multiple different ways to look at literature. You can take, for example, I always use Harry Potter, and I say you could look at it from a classicist point of view, a formalist point of view, a feminist point of view, a Marxist point of view. Those are all just different ways of looking at pretty much the same work, but just looking at it from with different color lenses. All right, we did that. And we're gonna go down. There's the poem called the Powwow. Today the Chumash powwow calls, and folks respond in caravans, forsaking grandeur city malls to shake their conquered brothers' hands. And many come from distant lands with hunger for exotic arts. Their sacred pilgrimage demands fulfillment, and the tribe imparts. Where is the poem? I don't see it. Let's go back. Great rolling Winnebago trains, like buffalo, not want to wait. They thunder across the infant plains, discharging piles of human freight. All right, well, I'm losing my train of thought for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, the powwow poem. Here it is right here. Duh. So click on that. It's probably better to right click on it because then you won't lose this page. So let's go over here. Right click on it like this. Open in a new tab. Boom. There it is. Wow, look at that. I even remember. This clan looks forward to this date. Each year they gaily praise it, for no one can appreciate fine art like those who raise it. Look at how raise is spelled. Undaunted, culture proud, the tribe displays it. If you are a formalist, or you remember me talking about formalist critique, or the way a formalist critic will look at stuff like this, a formalist is going to look at it and say, well, what form is this poem written in? And they're going to start with the obvious. Well, it's got the first line and the last line of each stanza is out, and the subsequent in between them, they're indented. That's the obvious. And then they're going to talk about the form of the poem itself. Da, 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's called iambic tetrameter. And Shakespeare, he's got 10 syllables per line, so that's iambic pentameter. You guys don't really need to know this, but you never know in higher level English classes or literary criticism class or something, you might have to comment on that kind of stuff. Today, the Chumash powwow calls, and folks respond in caravans. So that is, this is called Spenserian verse. Formalists love to get into this kind of stuff. They want to know, how is this stuff formed? What type of poem is this? And see how everything rhymes. Let's see, is this A, B, A, B? Yes, it is. A, B, A, B rhyme. So if this is A, alls, B is going to be ands. So today the Chumash powwow calls. There's A. Folks respond in caravans. That's B. Forsaking grander city malls. A, to shake their conquered brothers' hands. B. And then we have another B. And many come from distant lands. B. With hunger for exotic arts. There's C. Their sacred pilgrimage demands. B. Fulfillment and the tribe imparts. C. Observe now as our ceremony starts. C. So this is Spenserian verse. Not that you need to know that, but it's always good to know just for gits and shiggles. Anyway, we're going to keep going. I'm starting to waste too much time. I don't want to bore you guys to death. let's keep rolling. I see some people have already replied. So this means, oh, Seeing an Eagle slacking off here. Oh, Gina did. Good job, Gina. Let's see. No, I'm not going to embarrass you like that and read what you wrote in front of everybody. Go back. Mm-mm-mm-mm. That would be pretty cold to do that. There is, we did too much. I wonder if any of you guys have actually submitted to Oakwood magazine. Deadline is January 31. I told you before, these deadlines sneak up on you. So if you are a writer or you like poetry or whatever, short stories, whatever, consider submitting to these guys. Good stuff. Like I said, time flies. This date is way next year, but it's going to come just like that. What else? What else? What else? What else? Contributing to e-learning, that's something. There's some more literary criticism. How many times did I put this up here? Never mind, keep going. Oh, wow, how did I get the powwow again? Didn't I just scroll past that? Never mind. I probably need to go into e-learning and edit it because there might be some doubled up stuff up here. We talked about using AI honestly and the utility of story, did we not? I told you that if you use AI in your responses, especially on midterm and the final, even the quizzes, please just say, hey, check it out. I use AI. Start! I used the AI because I was discussing the concept of the Spencerian verse and this unknown author that belongs to the Chumash Indians. And I uploaded the poem to AI and we talked about it, and this is what AI said. That's how you get your A, because you're saying, hey, check it out. I'm not just coming up all this stuff all by myself and don't give any credit for your discussion with AI. You're actually saying, hey, I took this question seriously. I'm going too slow. We talked about a Nuktuk Jug, and I got my meetings probably all backwards. The numbers are probably off, but never mind. 10 Little Indians by Sherman Alexie. I might have read some of his stuff. We talked about characterization. That is going to be on our next quiz. I got to work on it right after class. Boy Who Became a Killer Whale. I'll probably put that up there as well. And it says stop here, but there's some new stuff. This is old. You can't see it, hidden from students. I don't know if I should. I'll probably pull up Kabanoshka. It says it's hidden from students. I have to update this video, Kabanoshka and Shawandase, and put it up there for you guys, because that might show up on the quiz. Same with Coyote and the Elk, but we're already to week 12, which means we're coming up on the end of the term. That's why I'm starting to panic, because I've been fooling around too much. Bad teacher, bad. And again, I put some more Chumash. The last time I met you, I read this poem, and I finally got off my lazy behind, and I posted it here in e-learning with a please reply. So I got to move that stop sign down. Excavation at the Santa Barbara Mission. It's a really depressing poem. And then this poem, which is called How We F Up, or maybe it should be called Why We F Up, by an anonymous Indian poet. Let's read it together, shall we? This is not racism. This is not religion. It's what I have seen. A lot of it in my own family. A couple of which I might have done myself. But I ain't telling. I'll keep this PG-13 so as not to drop any F-bombs and have my father come and wash my mouth out with soap. But it seems like we Indians are a nation of F-ups. No, it's not our religion, but we do these things religiously. Get drunk, blow off class, flunk, get expelled. borrow or steal cars, then crash them, get grants and student loans, and take the money and run. Sober up, borrow more money for school, then gamble it away. Get drunk, get into fights and go to jail, get drunk, grab guns, shoot ourselves between the eyes, or if not, get drunk, beat our spouses, beg forgiveness, get forgiven. Get drunk, beat our spouses again, beg for forgiveness again. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Get drunk, neglect our children, have them taken away. Get them back, get drunk, wander off naked in the snow while precious bodies freeze forever in deep blue sleep. Or snag at powwows, get her pregnant, or get pregnant, then run away, creating new generations of F-ups to keep the drums beating. It seems we are a nation, nations and nations of F-ups, eternally condemning ourselves to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, always at the last minute, right before graduation, or Pulitzer, or Nobel. We F up and curse what's in the mirror. Ooh. All right, so that's that. Here's an article about Toni Morrison. She discusses this concept that I mentioned in another video about, I believe it's called Art for Art's Sake versus Art for Life's Sake, which appears in Why Indigenous Literatures Matter, and what's the difference, and why it's important for those of us of color, those of us natives. There's another one where it's CDIBs and Indian pedigrees. This is the newest status card, we call them in Canada, the Certificate of Indian Status. The old status cards were laminated paper, but now they made these hard cards, and they're cooler, but you're supposed to carry. Here's the older card. This is a piece of paper and they laminated. I put Justin Bieber. So here is pop quiz. See, I don't know why AI took this Pilgrim teacher's. His eyeballs are missing. It's just got two big old empty sockets there. That's weird. But this is what I'm going to be working on tonight. I got to get it all set for you guys so you can take the quiz. And all this other old stuff I got to go through and oh, here's bury my heart at wounded knee. I need to stick that up higher. This is hidden from you guys. This is old stuff from last semester. But anything that says fall 2025, that's for you. Okay? All right. So, anything else I need to bother you with right now? No, not yet. I know what I need to do. I need to give you some announcements. Wow, my hair looks awful. Woo. All right, let's pull up. Oh, look at there's my CDL students. That's from about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Wow, I remember it like yesterday, my first class. And they gave me that cool Mandela native necklace as an honor. But we need to go to our Gmail. Boom. We have some announcements, you sure? Planned network outage. That's probably tomorrow. Why? I don't want to make a message. Hardware, blah, 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 this evening. Oh no, that's today, an hour ago. Kendall Miller. Also, I got to hurry up. I already mentioned the updated graduation application. Make sure you click on it, open it up, and apply. For those of you who are graduating, it's going to look like this. Oh, stupid temporary error. That's probably because the network is messed up. Nope, still a temporary error. Yep. So I showed you before. Anyway, I'm not going to waste your time messing with it. Let's go back. Other news. Oh, the tour from Flandreau Indian School, that's already done. Well, there's a new business program coming up. Tribal College Journal, we talked about that. Summer classes, that's for me, not you. More Tribal College Journal, they have all these online auctions. Ledger Art, we missed that already. something I was going to tell you important. I already talked about the traditional hair clip. If you lost one, go and talk to Lejeune Morgan. Anything else that's important? Net phones. Already did all that stuff, so we're done. Thank you again for being so patient with me. We've already gone 25 minutes of me rambling. But the rambling is important in that we need to use the stuff I showed you on e-learning for the next pop quiz. Got it? And in the next videos that I make, I will probably be reading from Read, Listen, Tell, and Why Indigenous Literatures Matter. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for being so kind and so patient with me. And thank you again for being such awesome students. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. 25 minutes. Stop!